my dad, like, one thing he said to me, he was like, I mean, I'm an alpha, but I want you to figure out what you're going to be like by yourself. Like, you find like who you think is cool, this, that, and the third. So I'm just going to tell you what I am, but I'm going to leave you to make your own decisions. I kind of just came here and like the bros on campus I already knew me, so because of my dad. So then like I was like, all right, well, they're cool. My dad pledged here, so I might as well just join the org too. The day I crossed was probably the best day of my life. November 17th, 2014. It was the greatest day of my life. Like, the amount of joy I had in my heart was so much. To see like my mother cry, to think of my dad and how proud he would have been if he were still alive, because he passed away like randomly in that spring 2014, and then I crossed in the fall. So just to think about all the people that were proud of me, and especially my mother, my grandmother, my two little sisters, and then my dad, who I would have known would have been proud of me joining the chapter that he crossed at, and to be his number. So yeah, it's fun. People definitely see like how you act, and they really enjoy strolling. So when you stroll, you're probably getting someone that's noticing you, that wants to be you, honestly. So definitely, that's one aspect, is that all eyes are on you when you're at a party or something and you start strolling or stepping. So that's fun. And like, I think it's overall fun to be Greek at Towson. I'm kind of sad that my Towson chapter is closing in the next couple of months, but hey, you gotta let the new people come in and, you know, take over your torch. Oh man. The pros of Greek life is definitely networking, whether it's with your chapter or other chapters on the yard, brotherhood, sisterhood, community service, like the basic things. Those are all good things, and all the connections that you meet, whether it's at like Baltimore Greek picnics or the Atlanta Greek picnic, or just like certain Greek events that happen around like the Baltimore area or like wherever you're from. So that's good to have like that connection with even brothers or sisters in your chapter or your organization, and other people from different organizations and chapters. So those are some pros. The cons, I can see that it can be really, really like stressful sometimes, like in terms of time management, because like either trying to get your chapter back on the yard, or you're trying to get a chapter on the yard, or you're trying to like manage your Greek advisor duties and your national duties. Like, that's a lot. The thing I like most about my fraternity would be the brotherhood. Like, I guess that's I'm speaking for my chapter mainly, because when my father passed away, I wasn't even like a brother yet, but the bros from like spring 10, spring 11, spring 13, fall 07, spring 05, like they were all coming to me like saying, you know, if you need anything, my house is open, you can come stay here. They came to my father's funeral. They like came to the repast. They came to all these events to like support me, even though I wasn't a brother yet, and to show like that brotherhood to someone before they even a member is something that sticks to you more than anything. And like, even though people argue this, that, and the third, like the organizations, so they're still businesses, but the one thing that this organization has, or that like Greek life has as an organization, is a really strong sense of brotherhood. And I'm speaking that for MPHC and in general. The Miss Black and Gold pageant was a pageant we had, or an annual pageant that we have for my fraternity, where this year we had 10 girls, 10 beautiful girls, very intelligent, very smart, just enter the pageant to get a $500 scholarship. And so there was a Miss Black and Gold, a Miss Black, a Miss Gold, a Miss Talent, and a Miss Congeniality. Unfortunately, they all couldn't win a sash, but nevertheless, that doesn't negate the quality of their character. The biggest accomplishment, I would say, would be the Miss Black and Gold pageant documentary, because that is that was like my first video that I did, and it was so good to me that like the way that I edited it, like the frames, the focusing, like it was. I put everything that I learned from my first 2 years at Towson to work, and it was great. Like that was like my starting block, my motivation to keep doing videos throughout the semester, throughout the summer, and eventually have people come to me, like organizations come to me and ask to do like their promo videos for their events. I learned a lot in my fraternity about like time management and responsibility and taking responsibility, and also like keeping your head straight even though when things aren't going your way. So when I would take like an L in class or get like a bad grade on a test or something, like those skills that I learned in my fraternity start to like surface when I start to get frustrated in classes. And then in class, I have to work in groups, and then when something doesn't go right, I have to amend it and help it. But then I'm with my line brothers, and we don't always agree on things regarding the chapter. So then I have to use those group skills I learned from my major to apply them to working with my line brothers on getting chapter stuff done. Balancing school and my fraternity is really, really difficult because it's difficult, but it's always manageable. And it's all about priority, and sometimes I fail. A lot of times I fail, actually. A lot of times I fail. But then I have to get back up and try something different. So, and that's all it's about. It's about learning from your mistakes and like trying to understand what can work the next time around. But it's all about time management. And I've always been bad at time management. I'm a procrastinator. Yep. Huge procrastinator. But I guess I'm working on it. I like the EMF major because it gave me a sense of that I could be creative. That I had a project, and then they said, "Go do this. Like, be creative." And I always was the person where it's like I was good at math, I was good at science, but I just always thought that there was no creativity in those subjects. Nothing that I could put like my own brand and spin on. And EMF was the only one that spoke out to me here at Towson, so that's why I decided to join the major. It's a pretty cool major. I just feel like sometimes it can be very, very disorganized. But I've had really, really cool teachers, a lot of teachers that helped me out. But sometimes it just seems like a little less structured than my peers who are in like bio majors or business or something like that, or even mass communications.